Right now, if you're launching a SaaS or running a B2B service offer, likelihood is you're not losing to your competition because their product's better than yours, but simply because they're moving faster than you. All right, let me explain. Those people who are generating tons of qualified demos are only doing so because they understand one thing: that effort does not equal results. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why and give you the 7-step action plan to have all your competition beat. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit backwards. I can't afford a marketing agency. I need to perfect my product first. I can go to market by myself, but let me clear this up. You don't need an agency or a bloated team, and it hardly costs a thing to get initial traction with the right systems in place. I can say this because I built my first automated lead gen system with next to zero upfront cost using commission-only hires and free AI tools. I have spent the last 12 months reverse engineering the go-to-market moves of today's fast-growing SaaS and B2B service agencies and built a system that installs those same mechanics inside startups without the $1 million budget. So if you want to know how to pack out your calendar with demos without burning runway and actually doing less work yourself, then stick around to the end of this video and you'll know exactly how. Anyway, quick bit about me before we get started. I'm Fabian and I'm a growth consultant for SaaS founders and B2B online service providers. As I mentioned, I have spent the last 12 months in the trenches, studying the best, testing what works so that I can come to you and give you the working formula in one. Across those months, I have been working alongside industry-leading mentors in the high-ticket consulting space and have created a client acquisition engine that works specifically for the software and B2B online service niche. And then before all that, I got a degree in economics and finance, specializing in private equity and venture capital. So fortunately, I've also had a front row seat into how institutional investors evaluate traction and assess investment opportunities for software startups for those of you that are looking to get funded. All right, we've made it past the intro now, and if I had to guess, you're probably in one of these 3 camps right now. You've built an MVP or cracked service fulfillment, but 1, you have no sales yet. 2, maybe you do have some sales, but you're relying on inconsistent leads like word of mouth, referrals, basically things that don't scale. Or 3, maybe you do have some kind of process, but you're drowning work and need a way to scale way beyond where you're at right now. If you're nodding along to any of the above, this video training is going to hit perfectly. And on that topic, if you've got any questions or want any help implementing anything that I'm going to talk about today, just drop me a DM on Instagram and we can have a chat. Anyway, let's jump on into it. We are currently in a very fortunate window right now, but one that is not going to last forever amid the AI economy boom and the creator economy boom, both of which that are shit hot right now. The United Nations Trade and Development have predicted a 25-fold growth projection for the AI market between 2023 and 2033. And as I'm sure you're aware, software development is becoming increasingly democratized in the market because of AI-powered developer tools like Cursor, Lovable, and Replit. But with easier and easier developer tools, in a matter of months, anyone with an idea is going to be able to make a viable application. On top of this, Goldman Sachs has predicted a 2-fold growth in the creator economy in just the next 2 years. But that will also mean that the competition will double. The businesses getting in now are building unfair advantages because despite what you might think, there is still a huge delta between the supply of good quality business-oriented content and viewers in the market that are ready to buy. So it's the perfect storm right now. But what can you do to separate yourself from the crowd? Well, that is going to be your ability to have people to know, like, and trust you and your product. And I know that might sound trivial, but the way in which you do this in 2025, 2026 is completely different to what it was a few years back. Generic cold outreach, blog SEO, cold calling, or traditional ads, all of these strategies have been rinsed into the ground and the market has wised up. Not only that, but they take a ridiculous amount of time to complete. Between all the other jobs behind the scenes, most founders cannot afford to sit there writing cold emails all day just to get ignored and their inboxes flagged. Traditional marketing is failing you, and it usually boils down to these 3 points. 1, you're feeling the timeline risk. You're sick of seeing competitors with crappier products or services stealing your attention and the fear that the gold rush might close without you in it. 2, you're torn between burning cash or burning time trying to crack lead gen, but still haven't got a predictable system that works for you yet. Or 3, all the marketing strategies that you have tried feel outdated, time consuming, and ineffective. Fortunately, my go-to-market and scaling system flips all of that on its head. Most founders treat growth like a buffet, a little LinkedIn, a sprinkle of product hunt, maybe a blog post, maybe an ad. It makes you feel busy, but it rarely compounds. However, this system fuses the 3 pillars of leverage: media, code, and labor in a way that each part amplifies each other, creating a symbiotic and compounding client acquisition engine. Right, I'm aware it looks like I'm just throwing fancy words at you now, so let's just get into it and break it down, and I'll show you exactly how all of this works. Okay, part one, media, aka your digital real estate. Make it once and it works forever. People don't follow logos, people follow people, and investors too. So my suggestion, create a founder brand. You might have shrugged this one off in the past because it's a slow burner and appears time consuming, but what separates content from the other strategies is how it compounds on itself and grows exponentially. If you're just starting out, you might be here, seeing better returns in linear growth strategies like cold outreach, but if you just look ahead, you can see how content dominates long term. Hence, the sooner you start, the better the position you're going to put yourself in. When your founder presence becomes the channel, trust is elevated and sales cycles shorten. Objectively, there are a couple reasons why this is the case. One, by publicly communicating your beliefs and insights via a personal brand, you are liable for what you say. This creates an air of vulnerability, and in doing so, people are going to be more receptive and trusting than if it was to come from an anonymous business profile. And then two, algorithmically. For LinkedIn, personal profiles get 5 times the engagement as business profiles, and obviously more eyeballs equals more potential prospects, and this works across other social media platforms as well. But it's not just as simple as posting here and there on different platforms. No, you need to create a bingeable content ecosystem where each piece of content serves a purpose to nurture prospects into your calendar, racking up those valuable touch points that are necessary to build enough conviction for someone to schedule a demo. Just look at Roy Lee and Cluely. Roy's controversial founder-led content strategy propelled Cluely into the public eye. That presence alone helped him raise $15 million funding in only 8 weeks after launch. Or take Carl Coleman, CMO of Copy AI, who has publicly stated that 30% of his leads come from his LinkedIn founder brand. Or Edward Brodsky, who has generated so much hype and interest on Instagram around his video cloning software, Clonify, that at the time of this recording right now, he has had to close his calendar due to overwhelming demand. Now, your content process should look a little something like this. First off, do your homework. You got to understand who your buyers are, what they desire, and based on that, create a highly attractive lead magnet. And if you don't know, a lead magnet is something free, valuable, and specific to your niche that your ideal customer would actually want. Generally speaking, I recommend valuable long-form video trainings as a great place to start because they simultaneously help you build up your YouTube content. Next, you want to create short-form content around that lead magnet and not the other way around. Something that seamlessly integrates the free resource with a valuable or controversial insight with a simple call to action, allowing you to test different hooks and angles organically. Before we move on, there is one more platform that we need to cover, and this one is more specifically for the SaaS founders, and that is Reddit. Reddit provides yet another platform with explosive reach for you to distribute short-form content and indirectly shill your product, but be careful here, obvious self-promotion will get you banned pretty quick, so you have to be pretty tactical with it. 2, in recent years, search engines have been prioritizing more UGC and community-based content, and that's why your traditional blog-style SEO doesn't work like it used to, and Reddit community threads are taking priority in SERP ranking. And 3, although slightly more speculative, LLMs seem to be getting trained on data from Reddit. So if you are ranking on Reddit, you are future-proofing yourself and baking your product into recommendations on platforms like ChatGPT. I mean, a founder I know personally has recently seen explosive growth in active users since ChatGPT started directly recommending their product to search requests, all from Reddit. Okay, so you've got the content ecosystem dialed in, but no traffic. Well, that's where the next part comes in. Part 2, code, specifically AI-powered cold outreach on LinkedIn and Instagram. Cold outreach is not dead. The game has just changed. Just look at Zip Procurement. With a recent valuation of 2.2 billion, the founders have openly stated that all of their initial users were obtained via LinkedIn cold outreach. Cold outreach only works when you can craft truly personalized messages that stand out and have a content ecosystem to support the sending profile. That's why, in my experience, cold DMs outperform cold email every single time, because when someone receives a DM on LinkedIn or Instagram, they can check out your profile and content immediately. That's the same reason why you're seeing so many more people running ads to their profile now instead of pushing viewers to an off-platform landing page. Simply provide free value, guide prospects to your profile, and allow your content ecosystem to do the selling for you. You're already starting to see how media and code can both amplify each other when done correctly. But where AI-powered outreach excels is in the personalization and scalability. My outbound system can extract hundreds of leads that perfectly match my ICP and can be tuned to any niche. The AI then references their profile, their recent content, their pain points, and their industry to craft messaging more personalized than most humans can manage and at scale. It then automatically engages, reaches out, and follows up in a way that mimics real human behavior. You can even clone your voice and send custom voice notes to prospects whilst you sleep. With the right systems, you can be sending hundreds of targeted outreaches every single day, split testing and optimizing your messaging, all without lifting a finger. Now, I'll be real, setting all of this up can be a mega ball ache. Optimizing age profiles, configuring proxies, prompting the AI, the list goes on. And if I was to sit here and break it all down, this video would be over 5 hours long. But long story short, if you can be in that 1% who have cracked it and do it properly, you're gonna have no problem booking calls at next to no cost at all. Okay, at this point, you've got your AI outbound driving traffic and your content nurturing prospects. But lastly, you need a way to convert the traffic into demos in your calendar, which, as you might have guessed, leads us on to part 3, labor. This phase consists of placing commission-based appointment setters into your socials. You're going to need someone to manage all your conversations generated from the outbound engine, reply to any incoming inquiries, as well as reach out to new followers across LinkedIn and Instagram, also known as warm outreach. Because if someone follows you or engages with your content, they're already somewhat receptive to what you have to offer, and it would be wasteful not to reach out. But here's where most people mess up. They hire based on hourly rates instead of results. I only work with people who get paid when I get paid, and this creates 2 things. 1, perfect alignment. When I win, they win. And when they underperform, it doesn't cost me in excess. And 2, risk-free hiring. Trial periods and commission-based compensation means you only pay for results. Now, I know there are various AI appointment setters on the market right now, but in my opinion, they're just not quite there yet. One complicated objection, and they start spitting out pure nonsense. And I believe it's important to value every lead in the pipeline, and fumbling a demo at the last hurdle just because they realize they're speaking to a robot is not something that I want to risk for me or for my clients. If you implement all of this correctly, your daily calendar is going to look something like this, and this will give you the cash flow to start investing in an inbound engine. At this stage, after testing multiple hooks, openers, visuals, angles, and CTAs across both your content and your outbound campaigns, you should have tons of data to see what is working best for your target audience. You can then convert your best performing messaging into ad creatives and start running meta ads to generate inbound leads for your business. Once you've got all of this nailed down, you've built the machine, all that's left to do is scale the inputs to scale the outputs. Sending 100 DMs a day, make more accounts, send 400. Spending $30 a day on ads, try 100. So to recap, here is the exact roadmap you need to add 5 to 6 figures of recurring revenue to your SaaS or high ticket service in the next 120 days. Step 1, do your homework. Understand who your ideal client profile is. If you don't know who you're selling to, what problems they have, and what they truly desire, then you're already lost. Step 2, optimize your profiles. Clear names, bios, profile pictures, and headlines. Make it clear who you help and what they could expect from working with you. Step 3, create your first lead magnet and start consistently creating content around it. See what your competitors are doing, recreate and reimagine successful content in your own style, and constantly test new messaging, angles, and hooks to find what's working. Step 4, launch an AI-powered outbound campaign on either LinkedIn, Instagram, or both, depending where your ICP is most likely to hang out. Step 5, train and place commission-based appointment setters so that you're no longer tied to your inbox all day. Step 6, convert your best performing messaging into ad creatives and start running meta ads to generate inbound leads for your business. Step 7, scale the inputs to scale the outputs. The result, you go from relying on word of mouth to building a reliable client acquisition system that you can scale to a 6-7 figure recurring revenue run rate. With all that being said, if you're ready to scale your SaaS or B2B service to a 6-figure run rate, I will integrate the exact leverage multiplier system spoken about today completely for you and begin generating qualified demos in the shortest time possible. What took me nearly a year, thousands of pounds, and painstaking trial and error to create, I will give to you packaged in one proven formula. Done for you AI outbound system integration, training and deploying setters for you, sales copy scripted and delivered for you, a CRM sub-account loaded with templates and workflows, the complete founder branding and content playbook, Reddit marketing mastery, one-on-one access to me for the full 16 weeks, and access to every resource in my arsenal. Not only will I build you the proven system, but I will work alongside you for the full 16 weeks to ensure you hit your targets. Now, I can only take on 4 clients every month. This isn't some BS fake scarcity tactic. It's because I genuinely only care about one thing right now, and that is accumulating a portfolio of kick-ass case studies. So rest assured, just like a commission-only hire, our incentives will be truly aligned. If you're watching this late in the year, remember Q4 is the busiest quarter in online business, so don't let a worse product beat you just because they move faster at the right time. And if you're ready to implement this go-to-market and scaling operating system now, just DM me 888 on Instagram and we can have a chat to see if there's a good fit. And if you're not ready to do this right now, then that's cool as well. I'm going to be dropping tons of free value that you can run with on my YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So feel free to follow and subscribe so you can make the most out of all of that.